Last week I pulled a template off of the frame and laid it down on a big 4x8 sheet of this thicker steel. You can see all these pie cuts I gotta make because the sheet of steel was so big. The only way I use a jigsaw to cut it off. That way I can get it down to a manageable size. Over here, got a bandsaw. Unfortunately, blade is obviously a wood blade. So what I'm going to do, I've got a bunch of these coils for metal, but they're coils. So to fix that and to make it a loop for the bandsaw, we're gonna see if this thing still works. Basically, I gotta pull off enough of this to match the loop for the bandsaw. Take the two ends, lock them in these clamps. Hopefully, just follow those directions right there, and we'll have a bandsaw. We'll have a blade for the bandsaw, and so there's a bunch more coils down there. But I guess I could just go buy some, but if this is easy enough, which there's only like 5 steps repeated. There's some like reheating and I guess to harden the blade where the weld is. So we'll give this a shot, and if that all works, I'll trim down my plates with the bandsaw, and I'll try to make these slits on there. And if it becomes too much of a problem to get all the slits just right, I'll just break out a cutoff wheel. I'll have to make. I mean, these are the expansion joints, I guess, from where I stretched out my template. So I'm gonna have to cut them just slightly bigger to allow for welding. I mean, I can't just butt those up, but I need to leave a little bit of gap, and then I'll V-groove it. That way I can fill it with filler rod. And so that's the plan today, because I've already fixed that crack. There's some cleaning up to do on the back side. That way I can put like a wider plate behind it to give it some more strength. And I've also this was all tweaked out and cracked along here. That's not real pretty. I just laid some tack welds in right now to hold it all in place. As I was like trying to rebend everything back into shape. Now that it's pretty much straight, I'm going to grind down the tack welds, and then I'll come back with welder and clean all that up. Still gonna do the bottom side. It had the same sort of crack up along that inner frame. This actually had another bar that went across here. Well, I think